The story is set in the 41st millennium, during the era Indomitus, the age of the Dark Imperium. After the return of Robot Guilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines, the Imperium of Man has launched a galaxy-wide, decade-long campaign known as the Indomitus Crusade with the goal of reclaiming lost worlds from its enemies and bringing it back from the brink of collapse. However, when it seems that the Imperium have gained the upper hand, an alien race known as the Tyranids of Hive Fleet Leviathan emerge from the western part of the galaxy and in greater numbers than ever before. This starts the Fourth Tyrannic War. After the events of the first game, Captain Demetrian Titus of the Ultramarines chapter was imprisoned by Inquisitor Thrax on charges of heresy due to his resistance to the powers of chaos. Although he was deemed free of chaos taint, Inquisitor Thrax continued to imprison Titus under torture for a century. Thrax was later killed by the Grey Knights after being possessed by a demon, and other members of the Inquisition freed Titus and offered him the chance to return to the Ultramarines. Titus, believing that he had disgraced his chapter, instead chose self-imposed penance by becoming a Black Shield and joining the Death Watch, which is an order composed of space marines from multiple chapters dedicated to hunting and exterminating alien threats. Now, let's move on to the plot of the second game. A Tyranid splinter fleet has invaded the Imperial system of Residius. The Adeptus Mechanicus has called for aid to defend the jungle world of Kadaku and to safeguard the classified Project Aurora. Demetrian Titus and his Death Watch kill team are sent to defend Kadaku, but during the mission, Titus becomes the only survivor. Waking up aboard the battle barge, Chaplain Quintus reminds him that he was declared free of chaos taint by the Inquisition, and if Titus seeks redemption, he must return to his chapter and regain their favor. After re-inducting him into the Ultramarines, Quintus orders Titus to keep his past a secret and to report to Sevastus Akran, the new captain. Akran is skeptical of Titus' reinstatement, but gives him command of a squad, which includes Sergeant Gadriel and Brother Chiron. The team assists in a planet-wide evacuation of Kadaku, and rescues Archmagos Nozick, a senior member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, off-world, though the latter refuses to leave until data related to Project Aurora is retrieved from his research facility. While the operation is successful, the gunship transporting him crashes in Tyranid territory. Titus and his squad race to save Nozick but find him already dead. Surveying the wreckage, they discover that Nozick was not slain by Tyranids but by the forces of chaos.
Chaos. Sweep the area.
Before they leave, a squad of Ultramarines transport a mysterious object from the wreckage that causes Titus to lose consciousness. Akran then orders Titus to go to Avarax to retrieve Nozick's apprentice, Maurius Louise, who can continue work on Project Aurora. They reach an Adeptus Mechanicus facility and Titus accesses a cogitator that gives him Louise's location. Suspicious of the mysterious object, Titus searches the cogitator and discovers to his horror that Project Aurora is a weapon powered by the same chaos artifact Titus destroyed on Graia, retrieved and reconstructed by the Mechanicus.
Access rights granted. Establishing locus. Abarax. The city. Temple of Thasian.
Titus returns to Battle Barge to confront Akran, demanding that the project be stopped, but Akran refuses as they are working under the orders of Robot Guilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines. Returning to Avarax, they reach Liuz and escort him to the Battle Barge. Gadriel's suspicion of Titus is raised after Louise unwittingly reveals to them Titus' history with Chaos. Returning to Akran, Titus urges him to contact Ultramarines Chapter Master Marnius Calgar and warn him about Project Aurora, though he was informed that the astropathic relay which would allow them to send a message to Calgar is currently overrun by Tyranids. Titus fights his way to the relay, and meets with astropath Naoma, who offers to send a message to Calgar.
Give me your message. I have it.
As she sends the message, Naoma suddenly accuses Titus of being a traitor and trying to lure Calgar to the planet to kill him. A suspicious Gadriel attacks Titus but stops as Chiron shoots Naoma, recognizing her as corrupted by chaos. Her body explodes in warp energy, revealing the Thousand Sun sorcerer Lord Imura.
How gracefully you dance!
Imura escapes and Titus returns to Akran, who informs Titus that the Thousand Suns have appeared all over the Residia system and are focusing on Demirium, home of Project Aurora, where Louise is attempting to activate the weapon. Titus and Gadriel make amends before they assault Demirium. They reach Louise, who reveals that by combining Necron and Mechanicus technology with the Chaos artifact, Project Aurora will allow them to negate and banish all those touched by Chaos, across the entire galaxy. Louise activates the machine and seemingly vaporizes Imura, but he reappears and kills Louise, revealing that he influenced the Mechanicus into creating Project Aurora. He steals the artifact and used it to create a massive rift to the Immaterium to bring more of his forces to Demirium. Reuniting with Akran, the team attempted to close the rifts by destroying several obelisks that empower it. They are nearly overwhelmed, but are saved by the arrival of Calgar and his ultramarine forces. During the battle, Calgar, Titus and his team enters the rift and battle Imura. Titus takes the artifact while Imura is distracted and destroys it, disintegrating Imura. Returning to the battle barge, the Ultramarines celebrate their victory, and Calgar invites Titus joins him on a mission elsewhere. Before he departs, Titus is intercepted by Quintus, who reveals himself to be Leandros, Titus' former subordinate who had reported him to the Inquisition, and warns that he will eliminate Titus if he falls to corruption. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share your suggestions in comments.